Good afternoon and welcome to BalaCore Fitness Show here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. My name is Ellen Como and I'm here with Oriana John today. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good. And we're right out of the gate. Here we go. We are going to talk today about fitness hurdles. We all have the best of intentions when we want to get fit. We want to get healthy. We want to lose weight. We all start with the best of intentions. And the first thing we try to do is educate ourselves, find the right thing to do. If it's 2 a.m. in the morning, we're going to see a million infomercials that are going to be showing us the new, hottest, greatest way to work out and get fit. And it's not one size fits all, as we found out. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times you order that stuff at 2 a.m. in the morning and it comes and it stays in the box. It's never opened and you never put it into your recorder. And then there's other people that will actually put those videos in and use them, different kinds of workouts. But let's talk about some of the hurdles and how do we overcome them. So I'm going to ask first, Oriana, some of your fitness hurdles that you've had in your life. Let's start with any of them. I know one of your fitness hurdles.
Which is it?
Which is working, which is a very busy schedule.
Okay, that's most people. That, I think sometimes it's just, I'm just so not motivated. And this week was one of them. And I think I told you yesterday, I'm here, but I'm so not motivated. Uh-huh. But I still push myself because I realize when I'm feeling that way, the best thing to do is to work out. But that's the last thing you want to do. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of my main hurdle. Once I start, and I'm dedicated, I'm just dedicated. I generally don't, all the hurdles I have prior to finally making the commitment kind of disappear. The one that always reappears, I'm so not motivated. I just don't feel like working out. I'm having a depressing day and I don't want to work out, but I always try and push myself to work out then.
Yeah, it's been proven, you said that depressing day, it's been proven that the mood will get lifted if you work out.
Yes, and it does. Generally, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I went and worked out. This week, I said that every day after I worked out. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, you know what, and even being in the fitness world, and this is what I do for a living, and this is my passion in life, there's days I wake up in the morning and think, you know what, I really don't want to go to the gym today. Luckily, I have a whole group of people waiting for me to teach.
Yes, you have to.
So they motivate me. But when I get there, within the first 10 minutes of walking in the door, all of a sudden, I forget that I didn't want to be there, and I see everyone that is just as dedicated and more dedicated than I am, and it truly changes my mind. And that's one thing that I do want to say. If you're struggling with motivation, let's say we're going to talk, that's the first one we'll talk about right now. Your fitness hurdle, the hurdle of no motivation. The best thing you can do is let's say you're in a running club or you're in a hiking club or you go to the gym, whatever you do, you show up for 10 minutes. Because after 10 minutes, when you're in that 10 minutes, at that moment, you're going to realize I'm here, yes. I'm going to work out, I'm feeling better. Now, if you walk in and you're still feeling really weak or dizzy or tired or not well, that's a really good indication that maybe you're either overtraining, because believe it or not, overtraining can bring the hurdle of not being motivated.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Sometimes if you're overtraining, it will shift into depression and unmotivation if you're training too much.
Okay.
So if that is the case, you'll know after 10 minutes of being in the gym, all of a sudden an 8-pound weight feels like 15 pounds and you're getting dizzy and nothing you're eating seems to be helping with your energy levels and as far as getting through your workouts. You're going to notice that your sleep is suffering. There's going to be a lot of different indicators. And if that's the case, then you might need to back up and take some days off and allow your body to heal. So in that hurdle, this is one hurdle that we're going to talk about. If it's an overtraining hurdle, the best thing you can do, the prescription for it, is to take some time off. If it's just you're just not motivated, because we all have, there's not one person that's listening to this radio show right now that doesn't have some sort of mood swings at some level. Okay. We all do. Nobody wakes up happy and motivated every day. Nobody. Now, every time you see them, you might think, oh my gosh, I've never seen them not happy. I've never seen them not motivated. But that's the face that we put on, the mask that we put on to walk out the door. There's not anybody out there that isn't suffering from the highs and the lows at some point. Now, it might be different variables. Some are real high and real low. Other people's are a little bit more in the middle. Balanced is obviously where we all want to live, but everybody struggles with that. And so the depressing part, if you're waking up and you're depressed and you have no motivation, that is the most important part, the most important day to get into the gym. Because within about 10 to 12 minutes, your mood will start to lift. It's a natural, you get your endorphins. So you're naturally lifting yourself out of depression, you're giving yourself energy, and you did it. So there's that sense of accomplishment that you get with that.
Well, yesterday was a little different for me too. What helped me, we had a new person, and her and I connected because she's tall like me. And then she said to me, "Do you have problem finding pants?" I said, "No." And her inseam is 36, mine's 34. And I said to her, we met for a reason today, because even before I started working out, I was lifted. I met somebody who was tall like me and had problems finding pants because her inseams is so long.
Yeah, and she had great energy too.
Yes.
Yeah, she was a beautiful girl, great energy, and that's it. And she even probably wakes up some days and goes, "Oh, really? I don't want to get out of bed." So we all have those days. But she was, and that's it. A lot of the time when you get to either your running club or your gym, or you do whatever you do for fitness or go on that run, something great is going to happen in that moment. And that's why you needed to get there. So always believe that joy, that whatever is waiting to happen at the gym or your club or wherever you work out is there for you, and you need to keep up with your fitness. So if being unmotivated is your hurdle, jump over it. Just get right into the gym. That's going to help you within 10 to 12 minutes. That's an easy fix, right?
Yes.
Actually, that's the easiest fix in a fitness hurdle that you could possibly have. Another one is because of work hours. I talk to some, and their work hours are atrocious. I know somebody that gets in her car every morning at 4:45 and doesn't get home till 7:30 at night.
Wow.
And she's wondering, where in here do I put my workouts? And I see that a lot with the people that nurse, especially the nurses that nurse overnight. They work all night. It's really hard for them. And so I'm going to break it down to the person that's just working astronomical hours. If that is the case, I know you have at least 1 to 2 days off a week. I want you to focus on working out on those days you have off. Usually it's 2 days a week. Focus on making sure you get 2 really strong workouts on those 2 days, and then one of those long hour days throughout the week, do something, either walk around your building, do something for at least 30 minutes.
And I know for some people it's probably hard to make that commitment on those 2 days off, because on those 2 days you have so much you need to do, because if you leave your home at 5 in the morning and you get home at 7, all you can do is just eat and go to bed.
You do. They eat. Absolutely, that's what happens. They eat and they go to bed. But if you can just take 1 hour of the day on both those days. Another thing that that gets in their way when they work those long hours is fatigue. You have major fatigue. You want to sleep those 2 days. You don't even want to get out. And that is probably the worst thing that they can do, really, because they need to be out being social. You need to have that lift to be able to lift your endorphins. You need to have that connection that's not work. You need to have those friendships and relationships, because they're very important in keeping us healthy. So those are things that need to be nurtured. So if in this case, if I'm saying that you're going to need to commit to those 2 days that you're off, getting into a workout, make sure it's not an in-home workout. You want to get out and be with people in that workout, because then you're going to get your friendships, and you're going to get your relationships, and you're going to get those things that you need outside of work along with your exercise. So then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Or I should say, lifting up 2 birds with 1 hand. To say it more positive. So, that's something you need to do. And then for a half hour, 1 day during the week or on your work week, 30 minutes to either walk around the building, or I've even had people commit to, they get 15-minute breaks, 20-minute breaks. I said, just go walk around the building and go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, generally I think most company you get 2 15 minutes break and a lunch. And some people, when I worked in the corporate world, I would go walking on my lunch sometimes. For half an hour, if it's an hour lunch. And that was good. Kind of getting out of the office and breathing some of that pollution. Yeah.
Exactly. Or run around on the inside. If they have stairs, you can run up and down the stairs. And the 2 15-minute breaks would be great. Then you're breaking it up in the day. So, there's ways we can find out. We can make it work for you to make sure that you're getting your exercise in. But definitely the 2 days that you're off with long working hours, everyone gets at least 2 days off. You might only get 1 day off because you're on a project. That 1 day off, make sure you're getting a great workout.
And then for the people who lack the motivation, they should have a partner.
Yes, a training partner, or or join a class. Today, my morning class was amazing because what I did is I took the girls and the gentlemen too up a hill. Wow. And then they ran up a hill.
Where?
There's a hill right next to the gym. I know, you'll see it one day.
Okay.
I'll be showing it to you guys. I'll be bringing it out one day for one of our workouts. But then the first person up the hill had to come back down to the last person and go up. So then the next person came down. So by the end, they were all going with the last person up the hill. Ooh. Everybody ran down together. But what happened, and then we went in and we did some sprints. And there was a group of fast and a group of slower runners. And it was funny. I could see them kind of challenging each other. And by the second time that we did it, I told everybody in the class, I want you to find your rabbit. Now, what a rabbit is in marathons and mostly marathons, they do it in 5Ks as well, is they'll have somebody that's faster than the rest take off to lead the pack. Okay. And they're not really even competing. They're not usually competitors. They're there to kind of show everybody where to go. But they have to be very quick. So I told everyone, pick out your rabbit that you're going to beat. Well, every single running time went up. It was amazing. And now they're all challenging each other for next week and can't wait. So yeah, a little friendly competition and having those partners around you is really going to be helpful if you're not being motivated.
Yeah, it's a very big motivator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you are someone that you're showing up at the gym and you haven't seen somebody for a while and you're talking, you're social and you have their phone number, you on their Facebook, give them a shout out. I haven't seen you in a few days. Where are you? Because they might need that motivation to get there. So be their motivator. And a lot of the times, if you reach out to them, they'll feel, number one, they're going to feel valued and important because you thought about them. And number two, they're not going to want to let you down, so they'll show up. And then you help somebody get back on the road to fitness. So we talked about busy schedule, right? That can get in the way.
Definitely.
And we just figure out a way to get around it. You know, and it takes some planning, but it can happen. And then when you're not being motivated, different ways to motivate yourself. And then let's talk about when you get sick. That's a big hurdle. There's just some crazy stuff going around in this valley right now where it's either sinus or stomach. It's everywhere, head to toe. And then when that happens, it's really hard to get into the gym.
Definitely, you don't feel motivated. You just want to curl up and stay in bed.
Yeah.
Oh, and then for me, you can't breathe. I hate that, especially if it's a cold and you're trying to work out and you can't breathe. It's the most uncomfortable, scary thing.
And you have a inhaler, so you have to use an inhaler sometimes. So then, if you're having any sinus or anything with your lungs going on top of that, it can be very frightening. So what do we do? Then you're sick, you're in bed. If you have a fever, do not go to the gym. Do not work out. It's just, please don't do that. If you're throwing up if you're vomiting or you have diarrhea, heavy, and you have them together, do not go to the gym. A couple of reasons. Number one, please don't bring that stuff into the gym and spread that around for others. And then if it's coming out, you have the green gook coming out of your nose and so you're all stuffed up. Please don't walk into the gym with that as well. I know your fitness is important, but also think of other people's health as well and go through whatever it is. If you're going through antibiotics, get your antibiotics and take them until you're done. Now, when you are taking antibiotics, your body's heart rate will go up about 20 to 25% faster and harder. So know that you got to back up a little bit on a workout.
But I also think when you are sick, your body is weak. You need to give it time to purge whatever is going on.
Right.
Instead of trying to work out and work against it, you're just making it worse, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor.
Yes.
I think.
Well, they say, there's two thoughts there. They used to say that if you had a fever, don't work out, which I agree with wholeheartedly. And they would say if you're vomiting, nausea, and diarrhea. Do not work out.
I don't know. You can do that with diarrhea and vomiting.
People will work out no matter what. Your body's already in a dehydrated state, so that's not a good day to work out. Plus, you're going to get everyone around you sick as well, and it's just not going to be very productive. You should be in bed. And then now let's flip to the other side. They used to say if you had any kind of congestion in your lungs or in your head, you should not work out. If you had a head cold, you could work out. But if you had sinuses and anything in your lungs, you shouldn't work out. Well, then the doctor started to reverse that. And they said you can actually use that to help you get better. Now, you're not going to work out at your 100%. You're going to only go into the gym, which I hate saying go into the gym because now you're going to get everyone around you sick. So it'd be better if you just go out and get some fresh air and walk, or if you have a treadmill at home. What you do is you get your heart rate up for about 20 minutes at about 40% of what you normally do. Then you jump right into the shower, and it will help clean you out.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
But if you're on antibiotics, be careful because everything rises faster. So now you're done, you're not sick anymore, and now you're thinking, oh gosh, how do I get back started in the gym again? That's the hardest part, to walk in the door. Okay. Easy. I got to tell you, it's much more easy breezy than you think it is. You walk in the door, you work at your capability. Your body will come back faster than you thought. It's your head that gets in the way. Oh. If you just let your body just go, within a week to 10 days, you're going to be back on top of it like you never missed a day. Same thing for a vacation. So after you've been sick, just get right back into the gym and just go right back to your normal schedule. Don't expect to be working at 100%. Just come back slowly. Allow your body to guide you on your way back. All of a sudden, you're going to walk into the gym and want to do more than you've ever done before. And I've seen it more times than not when someone coming back from being sick actually comes back slowly, listens to their body, and what happens is they end up getting stronger than they've ever been. So that's another hurdle that's really easy to get around. Just get back in the gym, start off, and don't let it become a hurdle.
And I think the key thing is you need to listen to your body. And I think since I've been working out with you, I pay attention to my body. Before things happen, I don't focus on it, whatever. And now every little things I dissect it to see what does this mean, good or bad.
Body awareness.
Yes.
It's called body awareness.
Completely.
Yes, and it's a very positive thing, but then it can have its drawbacks because we feel everything, where we might go, did you feel, we're feeling certain things that other people aren't even aware of because we have that body awareness. So that is very, very true. So listen to your body on the way back. So now we've taken care of illness, okay? Illness, not a big hurdle. Wait till you're done, and then just start off where you are. Non-motivation, we've given you a few tools. And also, if you know someone that is not motivated or losing their motivation, please reach out and call them. If you have a very, very busy schedule with work, we've kind of solved that a little bit. So that's a hurdle that we've just already overcome. So we're just jumping over one hurdle after another after another. Now, one hurdle that tends to really mess with people's heads is injury. And when you're working out, and everything's going well, and you're losing weight, and you're loving the way you look, and now all of a sudden, your Achilles starts to hurt, which is on your ankle, behind your ankle, or your knee starts to hurt, or now your elbow's starting to hurt. You kind of almost at first pretend, that's not happening, I'm not getting hurt, I don't feel it. And if you do take that approach, it could be good or bad. Sometimes it'll work itself out. Sometimes what you're doing is you're creating a monster out of a kitty cat.
I don't ignore it anymore. I used to ignore it until my neck. And I kept going to work out and figured, suck it up, it's going to be okay. And then it got to the point I couldn't even lift my right hand.
Right.
Because my neck hurt. And then I found out I had a slip disc. So that definitely reinforced to me that if I feel anything, I will talk to you or talk to Elizabeth and say, this is going on.
Yes.
What do I do? What am I doing wrong? And, I always tell you, that's one thing I think because you ask at the start of class, does anyone have any injury? So then we can share with you.
Yes, now that's what I do. I like to ask everyone at the beginning of the class. And also, when you go into a class, you're going to be responsible. You need to let your teacher know if you have any injuries or something going on. We're going to be right back. This is Ellen Como on BalaCore Fitness Show here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.